18 months before Alan Godfrey's sighting, mysterious bright orange lights had been reported speeding across the night skies of Lancashire. At 2 a.m. on the morning of February the 24th, 1979, Mike Sachs was at home in the village of Stacksteads, getting ready for bed.
All of a sudden, the room lit. The light was moving. I rushed to the window to be confronted with this huge ovoid, about 8-10 foot across, light, all diffused around the edges. It was pulsing, brilliant to intense, very orangey white. There was no sound. I remember that distinctly. We were in awe at this. We couldn't believe what we were seeing. It slowly descended out of sight into the quarry. It went through my mind, they do exist. These things do exist.
And Mike Sachs wasn't the only witness to the mysterious object. Local farmer Alf Kime, then 19, was out working with another farmhand when he too saw something strange in the sky.
We thought we were a shooting star flying down and this building blocked it, so we shot past the building to see it. It was like amazing really, because it was the size of 2 double-decker buses, and it was sort of like spinning round, like changing colours, a lot of orange. And it went right across the skyline, right over the valley then, right over the valley, and it went over, over top of houses, right over to quarry, and I thought, somebody must see that, even though it were late, I thought, somebody must see it, we can't be the only ones to see this. I immediately phoned Baker Police, reported what I'd seen, and they said, right, he said, well, 2 of our police officers have also phoned in. They were parked just below the quarry, and they reported it. I phoned my brother Raymond. I went up for him. We came back to the quarry where the panda car was still parked there, and I said, did you see it? And he said, see it? We thought it were coming down on our blooming heads.
There you go.
So we decided then to go up to the quarry. Now the police officers went up with us. But there was nothing to be seen.
By 3 a.m, Alf Kime had arrived home.
When we got back that night, my dad said, is everything all right? The cow's all right? And I said, yeah, everything's perfect. I said, but we've seen a flying saucer, or something to that description. And he said, don't be somebody daft. What have you been smoking? And obviously he was laughing to himself. And he said, have you been drinking? And Mike shouted out, no, he said, we've actually seen it. We've seen some of it anyway. He said, all right, I'll see you in the morning then.
That night, between 2:30 and 2:50 a.m, there were a dozen separate sightings reported throughout Lancashire and as far west as Merseyside. The reports varied from fiercely bright orange orbs to the oval-shaped craft seen by Mike Sachs and Alf Kime.
The following week, when it's out in local free press, you didn't feel as daft as really telling, because we told this story, and you could see people didn't believe you when you were telling it, because, I don't think I'd believe it myself, really.
If the oval-shaped craft seemed inexplicable, what were the bright orange lights seen shooting across the sky that night?